News coming in from Doha indicates that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani's bid is the one preferred by the Glazers. You know, it takes me a long time to really bring in stories coming in from sources that are not credible, but I think there is some credibility from this source coming in from Doha News. The page is really folded so much, and I decided to come in and really throw it in. And is it Mark Odegan? He's a senior reporter or writer at the ESPN, and is going ahead to confirm to us that Sir Alex Ferguson's class of 1999 that won a treble, and his class of players that won the Champions League in 2008 are being looked at by Sheikh Jassim Al Thani and the Qataris to be in direct running of the club of Manchester United. We are discussing a little bit of Hannibal into the mix, having had a very good spell at Birmingham. He's waiting to make his future soon as Amad Diallo. Smash the like button, comment and share. Let's see close to 100 likes smash this video, and let's spread the love like never before. As I told you that we are going to do 3 stories, and I think you now know that I'm forcing myself to come in through, but I think the Lord has gone ahead to give me energy and recharge my batteries to come back here and really talk to you every time. Now, Sheikh Jassim bin Ahmad Al Thani's bid to take over Manchester United appears to be preferred option for the Glazers. And for me, when I'm adding these dots, I will believe that's the preferred option. Do you know why? Where are the Glazers going to get someone who's going to get them money they want? No one. I think with the Qataris being desperate to sign in to take over Manchester United, they would have gone ahead to find themselves in a position of really dancing to the tunes of the Glazers and obviously raise their amount of money or their bid to £6 billion. But the moment you see them not raising it to that level, just know they know how difficult this is going to be. And the Glazers also know that we can't keep, if we stay at this club, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to buy it on a loan. That's it. He's going to get bonds and he's going to borrow money to come here and really run this club. So that means they'll have a very huge debt burden at Manchester United. Right now, we are having a burden of £1 billion. If Sir Jim Ratcliffe pays £5 billion of debts, you know, that means we'll be having a debt of £6 billion. So if you're the Glazers and you have common sense, you'll easily know that it's really hard for you to really get in the dividends that you want, because the reason as to why that 20% shares are going to be left for the Glazers, the proposal made by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, it's simple. They want to still be getting dividends, because for them, they proclaim that United is going to be making a lot of money. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe is also wanting to phase them out in the 3rd year after taking over Manchester United. And I think it makes no sense to be phased out in the 3rd year. Yes, when you've been here, the club of Manchester United, and you know that money is going to come and you're going to be £1 billion richer. So I think it's obviously one of those things that are really baffling, but you have everything to do and say about this club of Manchester United. But Sheikh Jassim Al Thani's bid preferred by the Glazers, I think it's really one of those that the Glazers will go ahead and really think about and contemplate a lot about, because it's really relief giving to the club. Now, if the Glazers find themselves selling this club to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I understand that will be an indicator that they don't feel anything positive for the club. They just want to come here and really drain money. And for Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he doesn't have liquid cash to inject in this team. That's it. Ineos is willing to give a hand, like in building the stadium, but for the amount of money that will see United being bought by Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to be borrowed. And for the Glazers, it doesn't work all out for them. I understand every quarter year they've been taking close to 11 million pounds of dividends, all 20. So that is close to 60 million pounds a year. So if they've been getting 60 million pounds a year, you multiply that amount of money by 3, that is 180 million pounds, you know, and those dividends have been going in division to the siblings. I think there are 5 or 6. I think there are 6. I think there are 5 siblings of the Glazers. So I understand very well that it's really tricky, but Sheikh Jassim Al Thani's bid should be preferred by the Glazers, according to me, because it just gives them green light to leave the club in peace and obviously walk out. Maybe if at all they are afraid of what has been happening at the club to be really let out, but even if they really find themselves out in 3 years from now, that won't be really ruled out. It will be said out by the people at the club of Manchester United. So to me, it just makes sense that it's a bid of Sheikh Jassim Al Thani that obviously is being preferred by the Glazers, because it just gets us into the new level. And I think even if we get him in soon, the transfer window will be saved. But we know that we are told that by the end of this week, the Glazers will announce who is responsible for taking over Manchester United, and we can't wait who is going to be the new owner of Manchester United. Now, Mark Odigan has said Man United greatest players from Sir Alex Ferguson's most successful teams will be offered the chance to reunite or to return to Manchester United in prominent roles if Sheikh Jassim Al Thani succeeds in his bid to buy the club. That is Mark Odigan, is a senior writer at ESPN. Then we've been told again that the absence of Manchester United's most renowned players within United's hierarchy is an issue that Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is determined to address to ensure that the club takes advantage of the profile and experience of former greats. And lastly, he said, that is Mark Odigan, a number of players from Man United team that won the treble and 2008 Champions League winners have already been approached by representatives of Sheikh Jassim Al Thani to discuss proposals to return to Manchester United in prominent roles. Now, this is something that I don't really agree with as Rock and David, because how many players, all ex-players of United, are really technical? That's it. That are going to come out and really give us a very good dedication to the club of Manchester United that presents quality of the particular games or the particular roles they're going to be given at the club of Manchester United. So that has really left me in a very huge bafflement. Do you know why? We aren't that kind of club that has very many stars, ex-stars, shining in different administrative levels or roles. When we look at Arsenal and say they're having Ljungberg, they're having Paul Mertesacker, they're having Edu at the helm, but it doesn't come in one day. You know, Edu was working at Corinthians and the Brazilian national team, and he found himself doing that job of a technical director and sporting director. That's why at Arsenal, he has gone ahead to work out well. You know, in the entire hierarchy of Manchester United, it's only Darren Fletcher that is into the mix. And finally, he was there working for the club of Manchester United. And for the very first time, we've seen his loan spells work out very well. And I think he's really having a very good knowledge into the technical role of the team of Manchester United. But that does not really allow players like Gary Neville, Rio Ferdinand, Louis Saha, John O'Shea, you know, Eric Cantona, and very many others that are really good at this job. I think the only person that I believe can come in and get the job done is this French international really played for Manchester United. I've even forgotten his name. He once coached Lille. I've forgot his name, but I only want to see Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, if at all his bid is successful, giving out these posts on merit, not because this is an ex-legend. He won the treble and won the Champions League in 2008, being a yardstick for him to really give this man a space into the team of Manchester United or the management roles of Manchester United. So I hate it, but on the other hand, you'll understand why this story has to be put out. Most of the ex-players of Manchester United have gone ahead and downplayed the bid of Sheikh Jassim Al Thani. They want Ineos to come in through and obviously take over. That's it. So I think it's coming out to really give a second thought to these pundits that are really ex-United legends have gone ahead to put out sour thoughts towards Sheikh Jassim Al Thani, and I think he's playing his cards right. And I don't know whether he'll put it in practice, because we don't have many on the job, apart from them coming in through and obviously being the under team, the the academy coaches, but I find myself in a position of not really doing the needful to allow this happen at the club of Manchester United. So to me, I don't buy that narrative, because we need experienced people like Mutu, Paul Mitchell. We need people like Ralf Rangnick to return back at the club of Manchester United. That's what we need at the club of Manchester United, because we need experienced players or experienced people to come in through and really take us to the next level. If I told you, let me know that you're going to get in Paul Mitchell as the sporting director, then you get in Rio Ferdinand to be the assistant of Paul Mitchell, I'll agree that. If you tell me that you're bringing in Ralf Rangnick, and you're getting in Gary Neville to be his vice, I'll understand that, all right, Sheikh Jassim Al Thani is building something that he knows he has put an experienced person ahead of this player, the ex-legend of Manchester United, that will find himself in a position of really learning from him, and maybe later he'll take over as the senior sporting director or technical director. So to me, I find that as something not good, if at all he goes ahead to give them head administrative posts at Manchester United. Now, Hannibal, playing at Birmingham, had a very beautiful spell in there for you, and we've been told that Hannibal said, first of all, the championship is very tough, so I'm going to have a good vacation. After that, I'll think about next season and prepare for pre-season with Man United. That is Hannibal for you. And we look at Hannibal and his spell at Birmingham. Hannibal had to play 38 games, scored 1 goal, and put up 5 assists. I think for a player like him, out of the 46 games that they're supposed to play, he missed out just on 8. So it shows you that he was really active into that league, and I think he has gone ahead to register huge interest in very many clubs. I know French clubs are in for this player, and they know his potential. Remember, he was in the same academy with Camavinga, and if I told you watch the game of City on Tuesday, you saw how Camavinga is going to have to elevate himself into a different kind of player altogether, meaning that those years that Hannibal spent in the academy of Manchester United have gone ahead to waste his career, so he needs to find himself back to the levels they expect him to be. So I think he's going to push for a move out of Manchester United. That is the best thing for him. And if I told you Manchester United, it's better you let Hannibal leave or extend his contract and then loan him to French League One. Look at how Arsenal's Balogun has gone ahead to tear up that league, meaning that if Marseille is in need of Hannibal, just let him leave. Let him go that side, let him go that side, and after him going that side, he'll do the needful and obviously find himself in a position of really staying at the club of Manchester United. The beauty is that his contract is running down on 30th June 2026, meaning that he's still having how many years? 3 years left on his contract, meaning that if I told you to loan him to Marseille, because Marseille has gone ahead to pick lots of interest in Hannibal, it's better to bring him on and obviously extend 1 more year and then see how his progress is going to be in Marseille. Why is Marseille interested in this player? Because Marseille have found themselves in a position of losing Guendouzi. Guendouzi has a preferred destination to either West Ham or Aston Villa in the Premier League, meaning that they'll need a player like Hannibal to come in through and get the job done and dusted in French League One. And to me, that would have been the best of this player to really achieve if at all he finds himself into League One playing there. Unless otherwise he gets a deal in the Premier League, I think that will be better. But if at all no deal is coming with the champions in the Premier League, I don't really fancy him to go to the Championship again. I want to see him play at elite levels, maybe in La Liga, in French League One, in the Premier League, because he's talented. I have no doubt about his talent, and let's wait and see how Erik ten Hag is going to go on and really do the decision with the likes of Solskjaer and the rest. Now, today, United players have returned back to Carrington after a 2-day off given to them by Erik ten Hag, and that is Jadon Sancho training hard at Manchester United. That is Marcel van der Gaar, the first assistant coach of Manchester United, trying to do something different with Lindelof. Then we are having Anton Martial and Anton Elanga training at Carrington, and then we are having Alejandro Garnacho. Those are the 4 players I've got to get in there for you. But the likes of Casemiro were into the mix, Bruno Fernandes, Luke Shaw, and very many others. So guys, your thoughts on to Sheikh Jassim's bid preferred by the Glazers are welcome in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts about who do you think should be returned at Manchester United in the hierarchy if at all Sheikh Jassim Al Thani's takeover bid is given green light by the Glazers. And lastly, Hannibal's thoughts. What are your thoughts about Hannibal? Rokan David remains my name. Sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. I think we've made it through, not so? We thank God for the gift of life, guys. We can't live without God, you know? I thank God. I thank everyone who's gonna hate to throw in a prayer for me, as I've been ill for the past 2 days. And even right now, I'm still having some flu and cough, but I'm working hard to present you the best that you guys deserve onto this channel. I'm out. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.